I'm getting tired of these, man. How can Lilah Gibney be so bad that we're seeing these, alright? I do have my little Lilah Gibney, surviving Lilah Gibney story. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to tell you the story. You guys got to go to my TikTok and check it out. Literally. I'm posting a surviving Lilah Gibney story myself because since it's trending right now, I'm like, yo, gotta hop on that train. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, you know what? Let's just check it out. Let's just see what's up with this. This guy, his name is Cole. He's very popular. I know him because he's always exposing somebody. I'm not gonna lie. Every single time, he's exposing somebody, bro. So, we're gonna see what's up. Alright.
Honestly, traumatizing story time on how I went to LA last weekend for a concert and stayed with the most psychotic, robotic, out of touch of reality, wannabe celebrity, micro-influencer Lilah Gibney.
Okay.
To give a little context before I explain this story, I used to live in LA 5 years ago, and this person was like my yin and yang, and then I moved out of LA, got in a really abusive relationship, and unfortunately became addicted to hardcore rugs. I'm now almost 15 months into my recovery and sobriety journey, but I have not flown anywhere, traveled anywhere in 5 years. Anyways, I go to a Tate McRae concert while she was in Dallas like 2 weeks ago.
I'm seeing Tate McRae this Saturday. I'm so excited. I'm not a huge Tate McRae fan, but I do really like her music. And I've been seeing a lot, like, for the past, like, 3 months, bro. I've been seeing, like, so many Tate McRae concert, like, TikTok videos, and I just told myself, like, bro, I feel like she's the Britney Spears of our time. I'm not gonna lie. I could see a lot of, like, similarities, if that makes sense. And I definitely, like, right now, this is Tate McRae. This is Tate McRae's prime. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. I feel like this is Tate McRae's time right now, prime, and I feel like I have to see her right now, or it's never. Okay, and I peeped that she was coming to New York in, like, literally the Saturday, and I was like, all right, well, she probably won't be coming to New York anytime soon after that, so might as well just literally buy a ticket. Them tickets are, bro, I get it, right now, everyone's talking about Tate McRae, but god dang, why is one of the worst seats in the whole arena $500+? People who are sitting not even, like, close to Tate McRae, they might get a little glimpse of her. It's like $800. I was like, yeah, hell no. I got my ticket for like $400, but still, that's still a lot of money. But I'm still excited about the concert. Just wanted to let you know.
Absolutely blew my mind. Like, I had to go see another show, and I knew she was going to be at the Kia Forum for 2 nights that following weekend. So Lilah had hit me up and was like, oh my gosh, you can stay with me. Like, we should go together. It'll be so much fun. I booked my flight to leave that Wednesday. Then the day before, I found out that my grandpa had like less than a week to live from the doctor saying, and was about to go into hospice. So I obviously was like, I can't go. I canceled my flight, never lost someone so close to me, and was debating back and forth if I should still go because I had bought in the ticket already. They all told me your grandfather would want you to go. He would want you to have fun. He's still going to be here when you get back.
No, you don't know that. I'm sorry, bro. Like, life is so unpredictable. Oh my god, today I'm just stuttering, yo. It's your fault. Like, why am I stuttering so bad? It's Lilah Gibney's fault. You know what? This is my surviving Lilah Gibney. I gotta watch this goddamn trash freaking surviving Lilah Gibney that I'm stuttering, alright? This is my story. But no, stay with your family, bro. Like, okay, I get it. Like, your grandpa still wants you to go out and have fun and live your life and all that stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, Tate McRae is gonna come around, and you just said that you saw her before, bro. You had the experience. Next, you know what I'm saying? Your grandpa is not gonna live forever. He's not gonna live till rest of your life, I guess. Like, come on now. Like, family over everything. And I know he was thinking about it for staying, but still, like, I'm assuming that he went because of what he just said. But yeah, like, he could have been gone tomorrow type thing. You know what I mean?
Live in the moment, and
that would kill me.
This as, like,
I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm like pausing too much, but that would kill me knowing that I went to travel to go see Tate McRae, and then literally knowing that my grandpa is about to be unalived very soon, and literally when I'm there in a different state or a different country or whatever, he's not here anymore. That would kill me, bro. I would like blame myself forever. So like, I don't know. That's just me.
Bit of fun
Chicken.
before like this wall of grief was going to hit me when I got home. Lilah knew all of this. She knew my anxiety about flying for the first time in 5 years. She knew my anxiety about leaving my family and my grandpa while he's literally going into hospice. She knew I had anxiety about just wanting to like have fun and be in a safe space. Now, this is not my business to tell, but it plays a huge part in the story time, so I will leave as many details out as possible. But she basically, before I flew out, opened up to me about struggling with some issues that I had before. So I kind of knew what I was walking into, that I had to be tough, know that I'm back in LA. I might be surrounded by some things, but I know that I'm strong and I'm good to go. So I had some anxiety about it, but I like let her know that she has my support. I'm here for her, was helping her look up facilities. Right when I got there, she just dragged me along with her. She's like, we're going to go get a facial, then a spray tan after, then this, that, and the third. And I was like down for the ride, just chilling. And we got a facial. She was like, do some promo for them. I did 3 Insta stories like she did as well. I thanked her after for the cool massage that she brought me along for. Afterwards, we got a spray tan that I paid the spray tan lady. She did not. This information comes in handy later on in the story.
Okay.
So we're getting ready, and when we're almost done ready, she starts ripping her apartment apart. And she's like, I can't find my rugs. To the point where she literally looks at me and accuses me of taking it. She's like, you know what? It was in my hand. It doesn't just disappear. I know you took it. I know you have it. I know you took it. Where is it? Give it to me. Literally zero consideration how triggering it might be hearing somebody say, you stole my shit. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Oh my God.
And I physically could not hear that anymore, to the fact that I was trying to ease her anxiety, and I was like, fuck it. Like, look through my stuff. Like, I'll help you look for it. She had somebody recovering in sobriety looking for her shit for her, so she would stop blaming me. Like, that is so insane. Then she, I guess, finally accepts that it's lost or gone, but is convinced that I still have it. So we're an hour late to dinner. So as we're pulling up to dinner, she has this photographer come take fake paparazzi photos for her for free.
Oh, I knew that.
Going in,
I knew that, bro. Yo, Lilah Gibney, bro, she has the most fakest paparazzi photos, bro. Like, I be seeing photos of her here and there of, like her just walking out of a restaurant. Girl, nobody knows who you are. Like, what do you mean? Like, the most famous influencers don't even take photos of them like that. Like, no. Yeah.
Oh, I'll pop in one or two with you just for the memories, since I flew across the country to see you for the first time in 5 years. And she was like, no, he's going to charge you. It'll be like $250 for that. So I was like, it's okay, girl. I'll just go get our table, make sure we still have a table, and you go do your thing, and I'll get the drinks. I was at the table by myself for almost an hour. She finally comes up, and she just is pissed. She's like, I don't like your fucking attitude this whole fucking day. You've been so fucking weird. You're so ungrateful. I got you a facial, a spray tan, all this shit for free, and you're so unappreciative. You are bitching and complaining just because I need to take my Fashion Nova photos. Honestly, Cole, like, when we get back home, you can get the fuck out. You can pack your shit and get the fuck out. She pretty much left me at the table the whole time. She would go to the bathroom for 30 minutes, and then I'd see on her story she's posting TikToks. Meanwhile, she literally peed in the catch booth like 3 or 4 times, and at the concert, in her seats, and in multiple Ubers. So, and when we were getting ready,
how does that even happen?
I only brought 2 pairs of shoes, so I was like, can I borrow a pair of shoes? She was like, go look in my
closet. Know me about the hydration, bro. Y'all know me. In the beginning of everything, I'm like, yo, cheers. Drink that H2O, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no way she's drinking more H2O than me. And I don't, like, I could pee right now. And I use a bathroom, all right? Because that's the most appropriate way to, relieve yourself.
Tell me why I go in the closet and I find not 1, but 2 pairs of what I thought was lost Dior Converse shoes. And if you know me, you know I used to have like 15 pairs of those. And my Fendi sunglasses.
No way. Oh,
and she had the audacity to ask me how much I would pay her for the glasses. And when I said no, she was like, well, will you just call all the Uber Black XLs while you're here then? Like, what? Oh, and when we were at the table, while she was continuously cussing me out, she kept saying how ungrateful I am for all the free shit that she got me today, and that I should be so thankful to be around her and with her. And of course, she got so fucked up from dinner that we didn't even get to eat. She had to get literally, like, dragged into the Uber, fully unconscious, back to the house. And I guess I'm not kicked out at this point because she fully passed out on the couch. So
I'm dead.
I just went ahead and went to sleep. And honestly, the Tate McRae concert was the only thing, like, stopping me from literally just getting the fuck out of there right in that moment. Next day, the night of the concert...
I just want to say something, bro. Like, this is such an American thing, because obviously, you know, I got American friends. It's like, bro, us Arabs will be so happy to pay for anything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's actually the kindness out of our own hearts. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that she goes like, okay, well, since da-da-da-da, and I got you this for free, I got you this for free, whatever, can you just pay all the Ubers then? Like, what? You know what I mean? I mean, it should be really 50-50 when it comes to friendships. Like, hey, I got you this time. All right, you'll get me next time. That's fine. I think that's completely okay. Me and a lot of my friends do that. But it's like, you know, like with Arabs, bro, like, we don't expect be like, hey, by the way, I need you to pay for that ice cream cone that I got you. Oh, it's $1.50? Well, here's my Zelle. You know what I mean? Like, we are so not like that, bro. Like, we want to give. You know what I mean? And a lot of these American people have this ideology of like, oh, well, I got you this, so I expect you to also buy me something too. Huh? Like, we fight for the bill.
Or treating me like absolute shit the whole night before, completely rubs it off. He goes and picks up her friend / hairstylist and makes her discharge her from the hospital because her implants were rejecting and is in so much pain. Just to come do her hair for the concert for free for a little tag, as if that's going to get her any business. On top of that, while we're getting ready, has the audacity to ask me to help film her transition videos for her little TikTok Tate McRae sounds, because she knows I'm good at doing those. And I was still nice enough and did it for her. And then while we're still getting ready, she finishes a little bit before me, and she's like, oh, I have another photographer that's going to take some pictures of me, so I'm going to go, okay? I didn't even ask, but no regard for me traveling across the country and maybe wanting a couple cute pictures or not, but I didn't even care. I was like, girl, go do your fucking thing. Like, I finished getting ready. I called the Uber to Tao to get drinks before the show. And of course, I was a walking barcode to her. So she starts blowing my phone up when I'm at Tao so we can meet up to get into the concert. Not to mention, she literally pees in her concert seat at the table. What? And she would constantly, the whole time I was there, talking about, like, how connected she was to, like, every famous person in LA. Like, I would be like, oh, did you hear Cardi B's new song? And she'd be like, yeah, I was just with her, like, last month in an Uber. And, like, I was just with Justin Bieber last week. I was just with...
Okay, I know that's a lie. Bro, Cardi's very good with flying under the radar, right? Unless you got an album or something, like, she's very smart when it comes to marketing and, like, trying to get people to hear her more and more, you know what I'm saying? You know, with this, there's a reason why she is still where she is. But Justin Bieber, bro, he could be literally going to the most low-key place of the most low-keyest places in the world, and there will be some kind of photo of him out there. Girl, nobody knows that you were with Justin Bieber. No, I don't even believe that she was with Justin Bieber. There ain't no way, because then we will hear about it. You know what I'm saying? We will see something about it. Okay? And I'm pretty sure, knowing you would probably ask him or bombard him for some kind of TikTok or video. You know what I'm saying? No, that did not happen.
We got denied at 4 after parties after the concert that she was, like, convinced, like, we were getting, like, right in there, Tate McRae after party. And, like, all the bouncers and security people at the door would be like, Lilah who? Like, you're not on this list. At, like, 5 a.m.
No, she gives me that vibe, though.
And needed, like, a double cheeseburger, triple platinum. And so I called an Uber and dipped out that bitch and just went to her apartment while she stayed up all fucking night. Then at, like, 8 a.m., she storms in with her friend, and they ended up going to, like, this 5-star luxury spa hotel. So without even asking if I wanted to go. So I was like, yep, that's my time. It's time to book my flight and get the fuck out of here. And I did exactly that. And now I'm traumatized.
Okay, so, we already watched the story time, to be honest, but All I'm getting is that Lilah Gibney is one of those people that like thinks that she's famous when she's really not. You get what I'm saying? Like, I checked her page before this. My girl, I have more followers than you. Like, what do you mean? I get more likes than her, bro. And I'm not here stepping out like, oh, look at me. Oh, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Ebony just really needs help. And I think a big part of that help could be her taking accountability for people she's hurt. I guess I could start this out by saying me and Lilah had been friends for a good amount of time back in 2019, 2020. We had become really close friends after meeting at an influencer party, and you know, after a while of being really good friends, we would go out to Starbucks every day. We
Girl,
would,
you talk
do
so slow.
everything together. We were
Is there a way
like
to
the
speed this up?
funniest little like duo, and like she was like my first trans friend ever, so she meant like so much to me.
Oh yeah. You see what I mean.
We were also involved in the Jake Paul situation together. I was the other girl who was kicked out of Team 10. I just was not vocal about it. Lilah was really ready to go full force, and I'm a very anxious person. And I was down because I was the one who was upset. I confronted, Blaine when that situation happened. But after that, we had been friends for a few more months. Had been creating content together, being funny, and so on and so on. And then one day we were at Cole's house, and I see on her phone a text from this man, and I'm like, how do you know him? That's so crazy. It's really crazy to me that you know him, because I've only been talking about him for, weeks and months about how I've been in love with him since I was 17 years old, and how I saved up money to buy him a flight, a $500 flight to come out to LA for a weekend to hang out with me, because we finally, things aligned. Just to find out they had been talking for over 15 days on Snapchat, had a streak and everything, sending nudes behind my back, her talking to our friends about it, and them not telling me. It was such a crazy experience, and I'm not sure if she was on drugs or what she was doing at the time, but that was something that was literally was so upsetting and so heart-wrenching. And then basically I tried to be friends with her. I couldn't. I went home for 2 weeks, cried on my mom's shoulder, came back, and obviously we're in the same groups. We see each other here and there, and it was weird. It was really weird to just see her around, just being so okay with me being so hurt. And then basically a few years had gone by. I had forgiven her. We had kind of forgiven each other. I guess I do have to say that I was the karma. I did kind of give her karma. After she got her vagina, she had a boyfriend for a few weeks, and then she cheated on him, broke up with him, and he lived in LA. I did want to date with him. I didn't hook up with him. I didn't. But we did hang out. We both posted the Grove, and she broke into my apartment building, came and banged on my door, and said that we were gay and that to have fun, sucking each other off. I don't know. We were just literally making steaks from Erewhon and enjoying the Christmas lights, and I was only doing that genuinely to make her mad, because she really broke my heart. To think at the time I was 19, she was 23, 24. She broke my little heart, and I had to be karma. I mean, karma was my boyfriend, karma was the god, karma was the thunder, karma was the cat, karma was the whatever. I was karma was me, and I apologize for that. But at the time I was very young, and I was very upset, and that was I didn't really know how to deal with my emotions and feelings. I thought, I'm going to take this into my own hands. After that, we had forgiven each other, and we saw each other out and about, and we're mutuals with a lot of people, and we obviously were in the same friend groups. One night I ended up being yeah, me and a couple other my homegirls, a couple other T-girls, we were oh, we'll go and come to your after party. She invites us to her apartment. We go there. Boom. It buzzed up by security. We're upstairs. We're at her door. So freaking weird. She doesn't let us in. She's I don't know if she didn't realize this, but we could hear her laughing behind the door. We were this is so weird. Why are you being weird? When you could just be actually, I don't want you to come. Why, why wild. Be weird? I don't know. It was giving, high school bully, invite the person to the party and then don't let them in the door, giggle and laugh at them at the door. It was so weird. Through Lilah's use of her drugs and whatever she's been doing and getting away with it all the time, just hurting people, like, is to get help. Like, I think that she can be a good person. She was so funny. She used to be so cool. And at the end of the day, what I want Lilah to get from this video, and what I want y'all to get from this video, is that Lilah's a damaged person, damaging other people, and she needs to get healed and grow up, you know? I've grown up. I've separated myself from partying and drugs and going out and being crazy because that is not fulfilling. And people do make mistakes and do bad things when they're intoxicated. It's not, you know, cute or cool. And it needs to stop. And I've been worrying about Lilah for a while now. I still see her out. And when I see her out, it's not the same girl I used to know. It's not. And for Cole, I don't have much to say. I know Cole has gotten sober. That is someone who's also hurt me a lot, and I'm sorry, Cole. Those are things I can't get over again.
Alright, so when are we going to have a surviving Cole story? Because I heard a lot about Cole. Let me tell y'all that. I heard a lot about Cole. And yeah, he made his own thing, and people might like him right now, but he's also not a really good person. There's a reason why him and Lilah Gibney were friends for, like, pretty sure over a decade. You get what I'm saying? Like, they've been friends for a very, 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 very long time. And now it's just, you know, just because she did something to you. I'm assuming because of the drugs and stuff like that, because like you said, he just recently got sober, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it was that. I don't know, but I heard a lot of things about this man. Alright, another surviving Lilah.
I originally did not ever want to involve myself in Lilah's drama. It's just, I'm so far separated from it. I just didn't want to be a part of it. But after hearing that she's still like this after so much time, I sat down on the plane and started to just write out some of the things that Lilah's done to me, just in case I ever wanted to make this video.
The fact that all these are over 8 minutes.
She needs to be held accountable. This shit's happening. So,
that's crazy.
Buckle up. I'm going to say some things I have never said before that someone should never, ever, ever do to a human being. I'm going to start off with a banger. I paid for a Uber Black for my friend Lilah and her other friends to ride around in LA in circles around over and over and over and over and over again with my friend who is straight, mind you. This straight friend of mine was consistently throughout the entire experience blacked out, passed out in this Uber.
Oh?
And the entire time, Lilah was touching all over him, filming it for her story, getting all up in his pants, posting it on her private story and all of her friends. This was a straight man who was belligerently passed out drunk. This should never be happening. You should not be assaulting people. Second one, when we filmed our collab in 2019, when we filmed our collab in 2019, I was with one of my boyfriends at the time, whom I had known since I was literally a teenager from my hometown, who moved out to LA to stay with me. And he offered to go pick Lilah up for our collab. So he went and picked Lilah up from the living room floor she was then sleeping on for basically free, mooching off of people that I still find very, very close friends of mine and should never have been treated with that kind of disrespect. Nonetheless, that's not my story to tell. However, what is that when Lilah got into the car to come to my house for a collab, when I was popular and way more popular than her, and she was using me to benefit, the entire time my boyfriend drove her from her house to my house. It was like a 30-minute drive from Hollywood to Topanga, which is where we lived. And the entire time she was touching all over him, telling him, Christian doesn't have to know, just sleep with me, please let me touch it, let me see it, let me suck it. Like, just like all over him in this car. Mind you, she knew he was
oh my god.
Literally the dude moved to LA for me. And you, also, when we got home, he told me about it. She pretended it never happened and continued to just use me and pretend that she was my friend. On the third time, what really made me want to make this video, my then boyfriend, now husband, this is 2020, we went to a party with
Congratulations.
Lilah, where Lilah was touching all over him, flirting with him, trying to sleep
No
with him.
way.
And when he told her that he would never sleep with her if I wasn't a part of it, she was like, oh, I would do it with him just so I could get to you. And then told me about it and bragged about it and did all of this in front of me and called herself my friend. Before we get to some of the bigger ones, she also did the airplane mode thing with me, but she did it after telling me that she does it to other people and after after bragging about how she does it to other people. She would do the airplane mode thing with me and call me desperate and names and just repeated things that people knew later talking about. And I just find that completely ridiculous that you would do something to your friend that you told you do to other people. This one is another SA one that is not directly tied to me, but did happen in my presence. We were once at a Halloween party for Tana, I think in like 2019 at her house, and Cameron Dallas was there, and she was constantly talking and bragging about how she was going to SA him, and how she was going to lie that she was trans and somehow get into his bed, and was like constantly talking about it in front of me and to me, so I figured it doesn't love me enough to share. This next one is going to be really, really difficult for me to share because I've never shared it before. In 2023, I was going through a bad 365 party girl phase myself. I was in and out of a long-term relationship whom I then married, and it was just a really bad mental health time for me, so I was spending a lot of that time partying and like just going fucking crazy. And one night, I have considered this multiple times over the span of my life, like wondered like, oh, maybe that is the case multiple times over my life. It never lasted a very long time, but there are phases where for a couple months I would wonder. I told her that I was... Sorry, this is hard for me. I told her that I wasn't sure if I was trans. And I asked her, I like confided in her. This was after she had asked me for drugs at Delilah and ran around asking for free drinks and drugs. So like, this is when she and I were hanging out quite a lot. We were both in a negative space at that point, so I reached out to her and confided in her and told her that I think I might be trans and asked her how she knew. Like, I was like, basically, how did you know that you were trans? Like, I am confused with my own gender identity and I'm not really sure if it's just the drugs or if I'm actually in that space. Or like, what's going on, if I'm like literally just depressed and trying to run from my own life, or like if this is a real thing. And I wanted to talk that out to someone who I thought I could trust that experienced it. She left me on red 4 days, literally never answered, which I felt so hurt by. I heard from other people in LA that I had asked her that question, which I had only confided in her. At that point, I have since confided in one or two other people that did help me through that process. But when that happened, she left me on red. I heard about it from other people. She was going around telling people something that I was just so insecure about myself that I was figuring out still myself. And then, not to mention, texted me after the fact, trying to get into a party.
What?
To get into a party and to get free drinks so that she could be around people who were more famous than me. So when that happened, I completely cut her out. I have not really spoken to her.
Oh my god.
Out and about here and there in random places, but I haven't really spoken to her because that was something that I could never recover from in our friendship.
Oh my god.
Use me back in the time period of when I actually was still popular. I know I'm not anymore, but she would constantly use me to get into parties and to get into places, and anytime anyone that had any amount of followers, even if it was just one more than me, she would abandon me at that party no matter what to go hang out with them. This also happened when I got arrested and the whole Nicolette and I situation happened. I had introduced her to Nicolette, and she immediately sided with Nicolette, even though I had known her for several years before that, just to get into videos with Nicolette. And then when Nicolette realized that she's a little scammer, she dropped her too, and then Lilah came crawling back. Speaking of when I went to jail, I was falsely put there by an ex that I dated when I was 17.
Yo, I feel like Lilah Gibney definitely is a sugar baby. 100%. Because there ain't no way, like, what could she possibly be doing that she can make all this money or even afford rent? You know what I mean? Like, she gives me sugar baby vibes. And she has multiple of them sugar daddies, you know what I'm saying? And in LA, it's very easy to get into. I mean, it's LA, you know?
When I went to jail, she went around all over her stories all around LA, shit-talking and telling everyone stories that weren't true, spreading lies about it, telling people so many nasty things about me, and then pretending to be my friend throughout the whole process. Called, posted when I got out, wanted to collab, and also, I got arrested, 2 weeks after that collab incident where she tried to sleep with me. So she had just used me, and all of this, then
what?
Turned around and immediately started shit-talking. I'm going to end this with just 2 quick rounds things that have happened around me and not necessarily to me. First of all, when I am around her, she would constantly brag about all of her Depop fans she scammed, other influencers she scammed, men she scammed, people she blackmailed, celebrities that she tricked into sleeping with her, just sugar daddies, all.
I knew it! What'd I say, y'all? I had a feeling.
Guys, I decided I'm gonna break my silence and tell my traumatizing LA pool party story time, Lilah Gibney edition.
How is there another?
This is basically my friend's story, but I was there. She is too traumatized to come on and tell it, so she asked me to tell the story for her. Okay, my friend took a slice of cheese that was supposed to be for the burgers out of the cooler and started eating it, sitting on the stairs of the pool as my friend's eating her slice of cheese, and Lilah Gibney walks up. Lilah Gibney walks into the pool. She goes, "Oh, cheese! I love cheese." My friend was like, "Oh my god, I love cheese too. Like, the cheese is in the cooler, you should get some." Lilah Gibney's like, "No, I want your cheese." My friend is standing there eating her slice of cheese out of her hand. Lilah Gibney bites the cheese from her hand and starts eating the cheese in my friend's hand. Okay, trigger warning. This would have been fine and dandy, and my friend would have gone on with her day about the cheese incident. Except for there was a little boogie. There was a few boogers on around her nose and mouth. I'm not gonna blame her. That happens to a lot of people in the pool. You know, snot kind of just gets everywhere. And my friend was so traumatized and disgusted at the idea.
Is this real? Is this a real story?
Lilah Gibney snot possibly touching her slice of cheese that she was eating. Anyways, as of right now, she has not eaten cheese, and that incident still affects her to this day.
Yo, this can't be real, bro. This is some rage bait content kind of thing. No way. Slice of cheese. That does sound like some Lilah Gibney shiz right there, alright? That sounds like something she would do. I ain't gonna lie.